What came first, the chicken or the egg? It is one of the oldest questions ever asked. For thousands of years, people have debated this mystery. Philosophers, scientists, and ordinary people have all tried to find the answer. At first, the question seems impossible. Every chicken comes from an egg, and every egg is laid by a chicken. So where did it all begin? To solve this mystery, we need to travel back millions of years into Earth's distant past. Long before chickens existed, giant dinosaurs ruled the planet. These creatures lived, hunted, and reproduced by laying eggs. In fact, eggs existed hundreds of millions of years before the first chicken ever appeared. The egg itself is an incredibly ancient invention of nature. As time passed, life on Earth slowly changed through evolution. Small genetic changes, called mutations, occurred in every generation. Most of these changes were tiny, but over millions of years, they added up. Dinosaurs gradually evolved into bird-like creatures, and those creatures continued evolving into the birds we know today. Somewhere along this long evolutionary journey, there was a bird that looked almost exactly like a modern chicken. It had feathers, wings, a beak, and many of the characteristics we associate with chickens. However, scientifically speaking, it was not yet a true chicken. Then something remarkable happened. One day, this almost chicken laid an egg. Inside that egg, a small genetic mutation occurred during the development of the embryo. The change was tiny, but it was enough to create a new version of the bird. When the egg finally hatched, the creature that emerged was different from its parents. It possessed the genetic traits that scientists would identify as belonging to the first true chicken. This means that the animal that laid the egg was not technically a chicken, but the animal that came out of the egg was. And that leads us to a fascinating conclusion. The egg containing the first true chicken existed before the first true chicken itself. That is why most scientists agree that the egg came first. Of course, some people still argue that a chicken egg must be laid by a chicken. But when viewed through the lens of evolution and genetics, the answer becomes much clearer. The first chicken was created inside an egg laid by a bird that was almost, but not quite, a chicken. So after centuries of debate, science offers a surprisingly simple answer. The egg came first. Not the egg laid by a chicken, but an egg laid by a creature that existed just before chickens evolved. And inside that egg, a tiny genetic change created the very first chicken. A simple question, a fascinating journey through evolution, and one of the greatest mysteries finally answered. The egg came first.